Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. Today, I am back with more no-contact success stories. I know it's been a while, but finally, I know these are really helpful for those of you who are doing no contact in order to give you inspiration and hope that you are doing the right thing. But before I start, I want to remind you to be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And while you're at it, tap the bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video is up. All right, the first one says, your videos are the only thing that have helped me since I went through the worst breakup of my life. Wow, thank you. He broke up with me pretty much during the honeymoon stage when I was madly in love with him. I couldn't figure out why because our relationship was good until I figured out he left me for his ex. Yes, that is what happens when things are going good and someone disappears. It's usually because there's someone else involved. Continuing on. Even though it was difficult, I followed your advice and it worked. He first messaged me when he and his ex broke up again several months later, and I didn't reply. Then months went by and I didn't contact him and was worried, thinking that he obviously didn't want me back if he didn't reach out again. That's right. However, I think the new year brought out a realization for him. He has been messaging me for the past week, but I've been giving him limited replies or no replies at all. Tonight he asked if he could call, so I said yes, and he just tried to pretend like he needed to use me as a reference for a job. Haha. That is the most laughable thing ever, using an ex as a job reference. It was obviously an excuse just to talk to me. He kept saying, call me anytime you need something, even someone to talk to. I kept the conversation as short as possible, 17 minutes. When he asked me if I would be a job reference, I was like, yeah, whatever, no big deal. Talking to him for the first time in 8 months made me realize that I don't want to be with him. I have progressed in many ways since the breakup, losing 25 pounds and graduating from college. Congratulations on both. However, just by listening to his voice and speaking to him, he did not sound like he was doing well or that he had progressed in any way. After I ended the call, he texted me saying, thanks for being so understanding, but for real, hit me up sometime. Sure. I will definitely not be hitting him up sometime. I want to thank you for your advice. It made me stronger, made me love and respect myself more, and made me realize that this guy is definitely not for me. See, so no contact isn't always about getting your guy or girl back. Sometimes it's about realizing that you actually don't want them back. And that's a success story too. Okay, the next one. Finally, she contacted me after 105 days of no contact. It was a casual talk. Neither of us talked about what happened before. I pretended as if I didn't recognize that she ghosted me and was too busy with work. She asked me to meet her, but I said I'm busy with work these days and will meet with her after a month. Whoa. I didn't reply to her useless messages like talk to you later and prepare your things. I'm not sure what he means by that. Your videos have been so inspiring and motivational to me. Really thankful to you, Lucia. Your way of telling us things is really good. You're welcome. Glad that worked out. The next one. You said to send in success stories, so here it goes. Yes, by the way, please, if you have a success story, please send it in to theartoflove.net. The link is below. I want to hear it and I want to post it. So, okay, she says, I'm a woman in my early 20s and so is he. I'm assuming you don't mean that he's a woman in his early 20s. Just kidding. Okay. We were in a long distance relationship for 7 months and I have never fallen so hard so fast. I loved him dearly. I was convinced that I had met the man I would marry. I loved his friends and family and they loved me. Around month 6, he mentioned that he wanted kids. I was incredibly clear from the beginning. That's not something I want. I seriously asked him like 15 times before dating if he was okay with the fact that I may never change my mind. So we took a few days apart to seriously think about how we wanted to proceed. The crappier part, I had just planned and paid for a trip with him and his friends a month from that time. I let him speak first and we both agreed to continue dating. I cried a lot on the phone. It was bad. Perhaps it was just to get through the trip together. The next month was okay. Our 6-month anniversary passed and he didn't seem interested in celebrating. He wanted to wait till we got back from the trip. He probably never wanted to follow through. On the trip, he was very rude to me. It was truly as if a switch had gone off. It was weird. On the last night of the trip, we got into a big fight. The next day, he dropped me off at the airport to go on my mission trip. I didn't know that would be the last time I ever saw him. He never contacted me while on my mission trip. That cut deep. After 3 days on the trip, I contacted him and expressed my anger. He dumped me when I got back home. He said, "We are just too different and want different things. I am too careless." I'm in a doctorate program with a 3.95 GPA. I'm not that careless. I actually read him a breakup letter back. I only wanted out because of how he treated me on the trip. I was very happy up to that point. This time I didn't cry and beg. Good. The next day, I was determined to get him back. I immediately looked at YouTube. I learned about no contact and broke it 4 days later to talk on the phone and apologize for something I had said that was eating at me. I know. Okay, I'm glad you know. I did not beg, but it ended in him suggesting that we meet up in person to talk. He wanted to meet me that weekend, but I told him that was too soon. He said, "Okay, well, when one of us figures out what they want to say and when they want to meet, text the other person." For the next 3 months, I binged videos like no other. I couldn't get enough. These videos were my strength and hope during no contact. I got to the point where I simply couldn't take the torture anymore and asked him what happened between us. It felt so out of the blue. I got a long text with a lot of answers, but no apology. He said he was open to talking. I sent a very concise, respectful follow-up text and said I was down to chat, but that I didn't want him to feel obligated. I got no reply. That's what happens when you reach out. Keep telling you, but okay. The following week was agony. I was once again waiting for him to contact me. I honestly felt a lot better after that, though. I thought of him much less because I truly knew that he didn't want me in his life. I had no control, so I slowly gave up the fight. Around month 5.5, I deleted photos of us on my phone and completely let go. His mother then added me on Facebook. 1 week later, she wished me Merry Christmas and said she thinks of me often. Maybe 1 week after that, he texted me. 6 months after we broke up and right after I had moved on. What the F? I was absolutely shook. He said, "How goes it? I felt compelled to reach out to you lately. Just wanted to see how you were doing and maybe a chance to talk if you're interested." Well, at least he said something substantial. Everyone thought my no contact talk was nuts. I was embarrassed because he never contacted me. I looked like a fool. I was convinced I'd never hear from him again. Now, I hope that the people that you were having your no contact talks with was not someone that would have been able to let him know that you were in no contact. So just something to keep in mind, don't go blabbing to everybody that you're doing no contact, because what if word gets out to your ex? Okay? Your friends don't need to know, right? Okay, continuing on. It's been a couple of days and I haven't responded. I've done so much growth over the last 6 months and I honestly think I'm out of his league. Ya girl is thriving. We had a good thing going and I loved him dearly, but I know that I deserve so much more. If he left me after 7 months, he'll leave me again. I can't put myself through that. I would be a fool to trust him again. I'm not really sure what the point of responding would be, and silence is louder than words, right? Not sure if this is a success story or not, but thank you, Lucia. You've given me so much strength. You are truly changing lives. Well, thank you. I will do things a bit differently next time I get dumped. There's worse things than being single, and I refuse to settle. So again, another one who realized that, you know what? Don't really want to be with him. So again, I consider that a success. Okay, moving on. No contact worked. We're back together. Just after my breakup, I was looking for excuses to reach out to my ex after 30 days because that's what the other coaches tell you to do. Thankfully, on the second day of breakup, I found your video 30 days the 30-day no contact rule is BS. Well, thank God you found it. After that, I listened to every single video many times. Wow. You made me realize my worth. Although I knew he wants to be with me, but his ego was so big and he was so stubborn that I knew he'll never contact me first. But something inside me was telling me that one day he will. After a week of breakup, I saw he unfriended me everywhere. So I blocked him everywhere in order to make my no contact more effective. On day 35, he changed his display picture on WhatsApp for the first time, doing some fun stuff. He was blocked, but I could see him on the block list. Actually, he wanted me to get mad and reach out. That was his motive. But I was very calm. Good for you. On day 37, out of nowhere, his friend sent me a message asking how I'm doing. His friend and I last talked 2 years ago. I didn't open it and deleted that app. Good for you. He probably had his friend check up on you, but it didn't work. On day 40, my ex-boyfriend sent me a forwarded message on iMessage, the only place where he was unblocked. I ignored. On day 42, he sent me another message about how sorry he is for delaying to give me my books back. And he wrote 2 big paragraphs in which he said, I'm sorry 3 times. But it was about my books, so I ignored it. Good. On day 43, so the next day, the 6th week, he sent another message saying that I don't know if I'm blocked here too, but I'm extremely sorry for that day when we broke up. He said, I know my behavior was very rude. I should have understood your feelings. I was wrong. I know it was my mistake. I'm sorry. See? So here's what happens when you ignore insignificant messages. If they're interested, if they want to get back together, they will try again, okay? This is why I say to not respond unless they say something significant. Continuing on, after he said, I'm sorry, she says, to which I replied after 1 day that it's okay. He requested me to take him back. I played a little hard to get and told him I don't like being mistreated and this is your final chance. Now we're back together. And he's behaving as if he will do anything for me. And it's so funny to see him like this. All credit goes to you, Lucia. Why, thank you, but I don't think that's true. You're a great and very intelligent person when it comes to relationships. And you're doing it for free through your videos, which is amazing. Yes, but I also have coaching, which is not free, so... You don't know me personally, but I just want to thank you so much. I did exactly how you tell us to do. Before my breakup, I used to believe that I can't live without my boyfriend, but now he can't live without me. And now it's the total opposite. Thank you for giving my confidence back. Thank you for making me believe that I have more power than I think. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. You're welcome very much. And yeah, we all have more power than we think. And I'm just trying to awaken that power in you to realize you do have more power. So, if you would like my help back to get your ex back, then you can contact me at theartoflove.net. The direct link is below, and we will send you the rates. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube and you liked it, be sure to hit the like button and most importantly, share, so that other people who are going through the same experience can gain inspiration from these success stories. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.